Today's video is about music, and the reason why it's very relevant to me is because growing up I never learned how to play an instrument because I was feeling stuck to a place and I was getting bored very fast. Instead, I learned how to use a camera. I went from street photography, modeling, nature, travel videos and photos to create advertisement. And the reason why now you're watching this video is because I kept practicing. Today I'm filming this from a place called Dunsborough. It's 3 hours out of Perth and it's surrounded by nature. It's a very small village. Right now I'm in the middle of a forest. It's full of wild animals and it's drizzling a little bit. You can see that it's not summer anymore, the temperature dropped a little bit. That's why I'm wearing a windbreaker. And right now I'm trying to find my way to the coast. I didn't learn how to play anything until very recently, 5-6 months ago. When I first put my hand on a didgeridoo, I tried many of them and one stuck to me because the sound was different from any other didgeridoo I tried. The name comes from the fact that settlers, when they came here, they heard the sound it was making, which sounds similar to didgeridoo, and they call it like this. The real name is Idaki, and it comes from a tribe up in the Northern Territory. That's where he originated. I tried to play the first time unsuccessfully. You have to learn something called circular breathing, which basically allows you to breathe with your mouth and with your nose at the same time. You have to feel your cheeks, squeeze the air out, and when the muscles are working to push the air out, you breathe in with the nose. Something similar to this. Like this. And you continue to do this movement, implementing the tongue, which allows you to make different sounds. The reason why I chose that is not because it's simple. You will figure out that it's quite difficult actually, and it takes a lot of lung capacity. It's because everything around you is frequency. Also now you can hear the silence. But what you are hearing sometimes is limited by your body and by your ears. And if you get to practice didgeridoo, you will find that its frequency vibrates through your body when you play it. And if you play in front of a wall, the vibration bounce on the wall and come back to you. It's something fantastic. That's why they keep sound healing classes. And they say that people can heal with that because your brain produces different wavelengths. You have alpha, gamma, beta, theta. Depending on your state and the state of your brain, you produce different waves, of course. The didgeridoo and the frequency emanates influences your mood and your relaxation levels. I think this is the way. There is a guy called Dispenza which studied wavelengths of the brain waves for a lot of time, and he was able to demonstrate that during meditation you produce certain brain waves. When you sleep, when you meditate, when you're happy, when you're depressed, there are different waves that you produce: theta, beta, gamma, alpha. And he was able to put a lot of people in a stadium, and according to what he said, he registered the waves produced by all these people, and they saw a pattern in it. Every time they had an event with 1,000 people meditating at the same time, they noticed that the criminality, the violence all around the world decreased every time for a couple of weeks. Now, I don't know if it's a real thing, but I believe in energy, and I believe that whatever you produce as a human being in terms of energy and frequency creates a ripple effect around you That's why sometimes you enter in a room and you feel anxious or nervous or stressed, and you're wondering, why do I feel like this? Because the people in the room maybe feel like this and you're sucking on it. Anyway, back to music. I wanted to learn this because I wanted to learn an instrument, play music, and by any means I don't compare myself to a musician. I know you're investing your lifetime into mastering something, and I understand that didgeridoo is not comparable to a violin or a piano or any other complex instrument out there, but there is some magic in it, you can believe me. And I see myself as a magician because I want to be a published artist. I want to create wealth with my art and with my imagination. And the moment I heard that in my first ceremonies, in my first retreat, I wanted to learn. Because if you are experiencing a good musician that plays didgeridoo in a good way, I assure you, it will take you somewhere else. I'm good at editing videos, but I'm not a musician in any way. And I wanted to create a song, but I don't have the tools and I don't have the experience. And I found myself in this place and I thought, listen to this. You can hear the leaves being moved by the wind. You can hear some crickets sometimes. Very soon you will be able to hear the waves. And there are plenty of natural tools, if you want, instruments. So I thought, why not combine all these things, plus the didgeridoo, and try to make a song. The didgeridoo will be the background noise, and the rest will be a bonus to add different tracks. The reason why I decided to shoot a video here today is because this is a beautiful environment to create some music. I don't have the expertise or the experience to create music myself, but I'm good at editing videos. So I thought, why not go in a place like this, and by using the natural tools, the natural instruments you have around you, create a song. You can hear the leaves being moved by the wind. You can hear the crickets sometimes. Soon you will be able to hear the sound of the waves. And there are plenty of things around, like the leaves on the ground, sticks, and I have a didgeridoo with me. So let's try to play the didgeridoo as a background tune and everything else on top of it. And let's see if something is coming out of it. Back in school I was studying languages. I was very passionate about it actually. But I never studied mathematics. I was getting extremely bored with that. I remember when my friends were taking the test, the written text, I was the one leaving the classroom. I'm not proud of it, and now I regret it, because I think mathematics is one of the most valuable skills you can learn. Take the Egyptians, for example, 5,000 years ago, and still they were able to build that because of mathematics. But not only that, I think it's Galileo Galilei that said that mathematics is the language through which the universe expresses itself. And when you think about music, music can be expressed with notes, which can be referred to as numbers. So there is a direct correlation between them. And the other thing, I think, by playing an instrument and mastering it, your ear develops a better understanding of what's around you. You focus more and you appreciate more the music you hear every day. It took me to do a Vipassana meditation retreat for 10 days in complete silence to be able to focus on my feet and to look at the ants, their behaviors, the way they come out from the ground early in the morning when the sun slightly touches the ant nest, and they look around slowly while usually they run very fast like people coming out from a train. Before, I never looked into that, I never focused, and now whenever I walk I carefully look at each one of my steps because I don't want to step on ants. If you understand how hard they work, you will be very careful on stepping on one of them. So my best advice to finish this video with is try different instruments, feel which one resonates with you the best and practice it. You will be so much grateful that you started it. Right now it's been 5 months that I've been practicing didgeridoo, and I usually jog in the morning. And before I was struggling for 5K's run, and now it's a sip of water. And it's all because of my lung capacity. I have an improvement in muscle memory that before I didn't have, because you need to focus on your tongue, on your mouth, on your breathing, on your nose, and all synchronized together. So it's a lot of fun. And when you see people opening their eyes after they try to play it and you make it seem easy, well, it's a little satisfaction. But the real thing is that the moment you start mastering an instrument and you have a direct influence on the sound you produce, you start focusing more on the sounds around you. That's it for today. I'll see you in the next video.